Hey everybody, I'm hard at work in the kitchen and I thought I'd give you a little picture of what we've gotten from our garden and what I've been doing today. So if you can't guess, we got the sugar, we got the canning and pickling salt, these are the greener tomatoes that I'm keeping, but I've already made some salsa that is boiling here. I'm trying to boil some of the water out of it. And I put in the red peppers from the garden, as well as some tomatoes from the garden, and then I spiced it up with some chili pepper, paprika, garlic, pepper, red pepper flakes, and just a touch of sugar, to my husband's suggestion, because he likes it a little bit sweet. I'm also boiling a full chicken here, because, and boy is it just barely fitting in the pot. This is one of our hens that was done laying, and so she was one of the rescues, and so we went ahead and butchered her, which we do. This is a working farm, people. Sorry if that offends you, but I am boiling that chicken because Hunter, my dear boy, where are you? Hunter, my dear boy, has had a tummy ache lately, and he's not eating his food. You can see his food sitting over there. Although he protects it when Rachel goes anywhere near it. But he's not been eating much, and he's been throwing up a little. So I'm going to boil some chicken for him and make chicken and rice. And when you do that for dogs, you don't use any seasoning, maybe a little bit of salt, but basically just boil up the chicken until it falls apart. And then you just add the rice. And that's pretty much it. That's all I do. Some people add a few vegetables, but we're just going to keep it real bland. See? Bless this house. I also have my cucumbers all ready for pickling. They've already sat in a brine mixture of water and salt, and they will be, I will be canning those soon. I need space on the stove to make the pickling mixture, and I'm going to use, and no, I'm not paid by her, but I'm going to use Mrs. Wage's bread and butter pickles. I used Mrs. Wage's dill last time, and they turned out really good. I love the dill solution. You can also see we have some yellow squash. I got a bunch of those outside also. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. And then I also have the rest of the tomatoes, which I'm just going to crush and can today. So I'll have some canned tomatoes, I'll have some salsa to can, and I'll also have those pickles, well, cucumbers that I'm going to turn into pickles to can. So I will pause and get back to you when I've done a little bit more work to let you see what's going on.
Oh, that smells bad.
Alrighty, so we're making our mixture for our sweet pickles. We put in 6 3/4 cups of vinegar, 7 cups of sugar, and now she's adding the bread and butter mixture. And I think I overestimated on the pot here, but since this pot was in use, I probably should have switched them because the chicken doesn't quite fit in there. But yep, so there's our mixture. We're gonna warm it up to medium heat and stir it, and then we'll be ready to can our bread and butter pickles. Alrighty, so we got my jars of cucumbers. These are all that are left from our garden. I don't think we're gonna get any more because we had a kind of a warm streak with no rain, and our vines look like they're about done. But see, I'm gonna use my funnel, and I'm gonna pour the brine, the sweet pickle mixture that I made up, and then these are gonna go in the big pot for canning. And see this, I always keep a garbage bucket nearby because the chickens are gonna love this when we take it out to them. Alrighty, I poured the liquid in there. My husband and Rachel are playing in the background. I poured the liquid in there, and you can see the little seeds and stuff. Now I'm gonna check for bubbles. So I just push this down. Try to get it all down because it's got to be under that lid. I filled them a little full, but I really didn't want to use another can. As long as you get a seal on them, you're alright. You definitely want them all under the brine. Ah! watch me make a mess. All right, well, I'm just gonna keep looking for bubbles, and before I make a big mess, and this becomes America's Funniest Home Videos, I'm going to, oh yeah, that definitely needs more brine in that one. Yeah. I'm gonna stop doing the video and show you later. Alright, I didn't make a mess, but I finished these up, and now I'm just gonna top them off. So clearly I can't leave this like this. So I'm gonna have to push this down. My husband's on his way out to mow. That's his favorite thing to do outside. Got his headphones on. Go spend some time on the mower. Alright, so I'm just going to top these off. You want to leave about a 1/2 inch from the top. So we're about good on most of these. This one could use a little bit more. This one is, speaking of which, if I've ever mentioned, I really stink at measurements. So you can go ahead and tell me in the comments if those are more than a 1/2 inch. Alright, I got a little bit left. That seems to always happen no matter how many jars I have. See? Got some left. Have no idea what I'm going to do with that since I'm out of pickles. So any ideas for sweet pickle mixture, let me have them. Alright, so these are all in here. And looking good. We'll get them canned up. And then I'll start on the tomatoes. I'm sorry if this video is flipping all over the place. I did want to let you know that you do want to wipe the rim because you want a good seal. So you want to make sure that that rim is clean, especially with that sugar. It gets really sticky. So wipe your rim. And then we're going to place our top on. And close it tight. I mean, you don't have to like... You know, Superman doesn't have to close it, but the water will seal it. Come on, thing, get on there. And then that's one. And my water bath's almost ready. I can hear it. I can see it steaming over there a little bit. So we'll take a look. Woo! That's a lot of steam, and that's a hot water bath ready to go. So, yeah, there we go. All right, so the cans are going in there. And then they get to rest for, the little ones get 10 minutes, the bigger ones get 15. Alrighty, we're ready to go in the water. I've tightened those lids as much as I can. If you have trouble getting the lids to tighten with your hands, especially if you're, you know, arthritis in your hands or whatever, they do make tools to tighten. Now I'm going to put these bigger ones in first because they need to go in for 15 minutes. So I'm just going to set both of these in right here. You want to make sure they don't touch the sides. And if you're not using a regular canning pot, you want something that will separate them from the bottom. Otherwise they might get too hot and break. So I'm just going to close these up and set the timer for 5 minutes. Let these go. And then put the little ones in afterwards. So there's that. Next we'll be doing tomatoes. Alright, I know I told you all that I was going to do tomatoes next. Notice I've turned my jars upside down so that the bottoms get some brine on those cucumbers. But I don't think you need to see me peel and can tomatoes. And I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to eat some coleslaw right out of our garden. Well, obviously the coleslaw wasn't picked like this. Ha! The cabbage came right out of our garden. My husband makes amazing coleslaw dressing. And I'm going to go ahead and eat this, and then I'm going to get to those tomatoes. So, I'm going to turn this around if I can. And say thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. And I'll see you around the farm.